Hello, welcome back to Building on a Budget Models. I'm Thomas, and today we're going to be unboxing this Fujimi Mini Cooper in 1/24th scale. Now, if you know anything about minis, or even if you don't know anything about minis, you'll know that this is the new Mini. You can see there, it's a profile picture on the side, same picture on this side, some Japanese text, some Mr. Hobby colour recommendations, same picture on there, and that information on this side. So we'll open it up. See here, clear sprue, white sprue there, a few white sprues. Now this was bought from Kent Models with their mystery box, so I was not expecting this, but there you are, sticker and a keyring in there. Body moulded in red, chrome, more white parts, more red parts, more white parts, tyres, decals. And then we've got some instructions. The original Mini was first released in 1959 as the Morris Mini Minor, the brainchild of revolutionary designer Sir Alec Isagonis. After being in production for 41 years, the car was retired in 2000. However, in the late 90s, Rover Group and their parent company BMW had plans for a successor. A Mini concept was unveiled at the Frankfurt Motor Show in 1997 as a planned successor for both the original Mini and the Rover Metro 100 model. By 2000, BMW had sold off the Rover Group but maintained control of the Mini brand, and therefore this new car was released solely as a Mini under BMW's management. The new Mini, a much larger car than the old Mini, was built in Cowley in Oxfordshire on the site of the old Morris factory. All cars had an inline-4 front-mounted engine with front-wheel drive, and a soft-top convertible version was introduced in 2004. The Cooper name refers to the sportier version of the car in reference to John Cooper and the Cooper Car Company. John Cooper and his son Mike did actually have some involvement with BMW and Rover in preparing the new Mini concept. The trademark stripes on the bonnet of the Mini Cooper are a reference to the stripes added to the Cooper Formula One cars in the 1950s to help distinguish them from other dark green cars. So we'll start by going through the instructions. You can see here all the parts are listed, and the ones shaded out in grey are not in use in this kit. There is also a Cooper S version of this kit, which I believe shares a lot of the parts. They're not very long instructions, but a lot of things going on each step. So you can see this one here has got the dashboard. This only comes in right-hand drive. Wipers, kind of dials, steering wheel. There's the top of the dashboard, 6 number plates, which is a bit weird. One of the features which you can change in this kit is that it can be either an automatic or a manual, which is why you've got 2 sets of pedals there, and also the gear sticks, rear view mirror, things like that. Very nicely moulded though, no flash that I can see on this. We've got another white sprue here. This is the roof. Now that's very nice that they've moulded this separately, because obviously the Mini is very well known for having a different colour roof to the rest of the body. And the old Mini Cooper, which Fujimi did, the roof was a combined piece, so that's useful. And then you've got the wing mirrors there. Those are nice. We've got the chrome sprue. Yeah, so this was the early Mini where the front grille was kind of in 2 separate pieces, which is kind of weird. Now you've got 2 different sets of headlights here. There's the insides for the tail lights. Those are door handles, the mirrors, and then you've got some chrome bumpers here, which is nice, so that you don't have to mask those bits off. But yeah, lots of bits on this kit. Here we've got the interior, the kind of tub. It's got the kind of centre console, cup holders, things like that. Got the rear bench seat moulded in place. Also what looks like isofix, and also the central place for the seat belts, which is quite a nice feature. We've got the front seats, which are completely moulded, a couple of mould marks in the back there, and these quite nice door cards which have got this gap in the middle, so I guess you could you know, do a different exposed colour there behind. Yeah, very detailed, and as before, no flash. Undercarriage, we've got some moulded in detail here, like the engine at the front, fuel tanks here at the back, also some space where you would put extra parts, but yeah, this is a curbside kit. And then yeah, on the other end we've got the suspension, which is quite limited in detail, and then yeah, we've got this part here to also go with the suspension. In here, I think that that might be the cover for the spare tyre. We've also got this part of the exhaust system here. On the other side we've got brakes and some more different parts. Don't know what all of these are yet, but we'll find out. The wheels, all four the same. I think they're kind of based on mini lights, kind of 8-spoke, moulded in white. Quite nice there. I might keep them in white actually for this kit. So here we've got some red parts. So we've got the front bumper, the rear bumper, and these are like the kind of side skirts. Then as well over here you've got these kind of vents which go just in front of the door, and that's also the fuel cap. I think some versions of this car had a chrome fuel cap, but yeah, this one's in body colour. So then the clear parts, so we've got two different side windows here, got some smaller parts here, the windscreen there and the rear window. The rear window has got kind of the heat lines moulded in. Then interestingly we've got two different headlights lenses here, and also kind of rear lights, fog lights, that kind of thing. But yeah, again, no flash. We've got the body here. That's how they bag these up separately. So as I said before, the roof is separate, so you can easily do that as a different colour. It seems to be quite nicely moulded here. Some kind of marks left in the plastic, so hopefully that will disappear once we've primed it. Now the wheel arches actually are supposed to be in black plastic, so it's a bit of a shame that they've left them on the body like this. Same goes for these vents here, which probably would have been easier if they'd left those separate like they did with these ones here. Nice though that the door handles are separate, because that means that those will be easy to add, and also there's this chrome bit here that goes above the rear number plate. But yeah, it's, you know, it's quite distinctive, definitely the new Mini. Yeah. Now in this bag here we've got a few different things. So firstly we've actually got some metal grille here to go inside the front. Now that is metal, so it's very fine, very sharp, so I'm going to be very careful with that. Then we've got the tyres. Now all four of these are the same. They are moulded with Pirelli, which you might be able to see. Yeah, they're kind of okay. And then you've also got the polycaps in there, which I won't be taking out. Finally, the decals. Now I know it says Mini Cooper on the box, but in actual fact this is also a Mini 1, which was their kind of standard Mini back when it was first released. You can see here as well, you've got the Cooper and 1 words in silver. So as well as that, you've got the Mini badges, you've got kind of Japanese style tax discs, dials for the interior, you've got the Cooper stripes for the bonnet, and also what's quite nice is that the Japanese number plates, as you can see here, are blank. So that means that you can use these ones here to make whatever number plate you want. Obviously though, it's got to be Japanese. But yeah, that's a nice little addition there. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. So this kit is going to be built as a Kent Models mystery box build-off, which I'm doing with some model building friends. The Instagram Kent Models mystery build-off, to learn more about how I'm going and how the other builders are doing with theirs as well. Thanks a lot for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.